Gamers, welcome back to Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. And today we've got a video that I've been wanting to do since I got my hands on this game. A musket square formation defense battle with the British Redcoats. So there are 100,000 British Redcoats on the battlefield right now, ready to take on 2 million charging medieval footmen here. Medieval knights coming forward towards the square formation. This is definitely going to be one of the coolest battles we've done in Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. Let's get a bird's eye view of the opening rounds here from them. And please let me know in the comment section below who you think is gonna win this one. I have my hopes for the British. I really think they're gonna be able to do this. It's a square formation. It's a very powerful formation against charges. It could definitely do the trick, I think. And here we go. Here's the fire coming out and slaughtering a whole lot of medieval knights right off the bat here, baby. Look at this. Glorious. By the way, there are also 24,000 medieval archers too. Just so you know, just so you can make a fair assessment in the comments section of who you think is going to win, there are also a few medieval archers in there too. Of course, they're not nearly as powerful as the British muskets here, but they are a ranged unit just to spice things up a little bit as well. Either way, it seems like most of the medieval knights are getting cut down pretty fast by the square formation, but the corners of the square formation are vulnerable, it appears. That is where a lot of the medieval knights are actually managing to make contact. With that being said, 100,000 medieval knights have already died and only 8 redcoats have died. So things are looking pretty decent, but as those corners start to get clapped, also in the mid areas of the square formation, we've got medieval knights running up and getting closer and closer. How's the other side doing, by the way? The other side seems to be about equidistant to this side over here on the right. These corners are actually holding up a lot better. It's really just this corner over here that's being encompassed by a lot of medieval knights. And there we go. Over 200,000 medieval knights have now been killed. Oh, look at this. There's so many bodies on this corner that, in fact, the medieval knights are now higher up than the redcoats. They have climbed above the redcoats and are now chopping downwards against them. That is pretty crazy right there. Pretty crazy cool, if you were to ask me. Down the middle, these guys are getting closer and closer by the second, but still managing to get shot down by the square formation defense. We are officially at 300,000 kills for the redcoat soldiers here. They are depleting the enemy so fast, and there are still only 175 dead redcoats out of their 100,000. That's nuts, dude. This is definitely one of the battles for the ages. Super duper cool. There's still 1.6 million medieval knights coming forward and some archers out there that we've really yet to see in the battle. I put them in the back, so that means they won't be really making an entrance in the battle until the end. So that means they could clutch it up for the medieval knights at the end. There they are right there, with some fire coming in from those guys. So maybe it's what they need at the very end. But over here we do have medieval knights connecting with more redcoats. We are at 450,000 kills now for the redcoats, but the medieval knights are now making contact at almost every possible place on the square formation. And also this corner here that's being whacked away at for a long time is starting to succumb to the weight of the medieval knights here. 880, now 900, almost 1,000 now. British redcoats have died. 500,000 medieval knights have died. So the redcoat numbers are going up at a more exponential rate now, and it seems like the medieval knights are dying at a lesser rate as well. That being said, there's still 98,000 redcoats left alive. You know, they've still got some pretty solid numbers here to defend. You know, you have to remember that all of these guys back here are still available to fire at the front lines of medieval knights. Just because the front line of the square formation is starting to get compromised doesn't mean the back lines aren't going to still manage to fire out. Look at this, boys. Oh my god, it's a river of blood. I'm surprised medieval knights aren't tripping on the blood and slipping down onto the ground right there. We do have now 2,800 dead redcoats and 660,000 dead medieval knights. Absolutely crazy. These guys are starting to make contact though now. We just witnessed the first contact being made on this side of the square right there. It's more of a rectangle, but we're going to call it a square for the purposes of this video, of course. 3,700 Redcoats are now dead. Have they connected on all sides, like officially connected? Nope, over here we've actually still got, wow, a very large gap right here. What happened here? The Redcoats did a bang-up job over this way. That's bizarre. Look at that. They slaughtered an entire field right here of medieval knights. And look, now actually we've got archers firing at the Redcoats now. And the Redcoats are within range to shoot at these archers as well. This will probably deplete the Redcoats' lines a little bit faster here. As we can see, the arrows are impacting. But they are far weaker than the muskets in terms of damage, in terms of accuracy, and in terms of range. So I think we should still be somewhat okay here for the Redcoats. They're about to lose 6,000 troopers, and they passed that number. And the medieval units now have lost 830,000 soldiers. They've still got 1.18 million remaining. Oh wow, looky over here. The same thing has happened where this entire blockade here has managed to survive this battle. That is really impressive. And of course we do have those medieval archers over here firing out too. Right now a number of them have died on the battlefield already, but there's still a lot of those guys remaining. And the corners right now are just eating up the Redcoats. Look at this. It's just a flood of boys right here. An absolute flood. We're about to hit 1 million total deaths for the medieval knights, which will be about 1/2 of their total force. They have a little bit more than 2 million because of the archers, and the Redcoats have lost 9,000, which is less than 10% of their force. So things are looking very, very good for the Redcoat soldiers right now. I'm thinking maybe we should do a little time lapse here, just a short one, because it seems like time lapses are pretty popular for Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. You know, we're about to hit 1 million. Let's start our 1 million celebratory time lapse, and I think I'll angle it like right here. That way we could definitely see a lot of the close-up action, which I think is fun, but also get like a good view of the square behind us. So let's start the time lapse now. Alright, I let the simulation run until 1.5 million medieval soldiers were dead. It does look like they are recharging the middle points here and going after the square at its heart once again. The Redcoats are depleting in terms of numbers pretty quickly now. They have lost 33,000 soldiers. Oh, look over here. Look at all of the dead bodies. That's so crazy. Holy cow. That's insane. Yeah, almost 35,000 now dead Redcoats, so they are losing a lot of soldiers, but the medieval knights are now at 1.6 million losses. 1.6 million losses, which is a crazy number. Oh, look over here. They've almost completely broken through over this way. Wow. Okay, so the square formation has taken some serious heat at this point in time. And the Redcoats are losing troopers pretty rapidly right now, so they just need to hang on for a little bit longer, and they might just be able to get the Dubski, but is it too late? Are they going to get swarmed and completely defeated? I am definitely rooting for the Redcoats. I typically do in these videos just because I really like musket lines. I think they're super duper fun, but I don't know if they got it. I mean, it's going to come down to the wire here. I think this is actually going to be a fairly close battle. I mean, look at all the medieval soldiers that are still alive, and look how butchered a lot of the center is for the Redcoats right now. 1.7 million dead medieval knights now, and 41,000 dead Redcoats. I think what would be absolutely amazing in this game is if they did end up adding cavalry. I think that would be so cool. To have some 18th century cavalry and then having just these massive square formations, or even doing like, what could be fun video is doing like 10 little square formations throughout the battlefield and then having like 2 million cavalry charge or something like that, and then seeing if all of the different square formations throughout the battlefield could manage to get a Dubski. I think that would be pretty cool too. But for right now, there is no cavalry, so we gotta do foot soldiers, which is kind of hilarious just watching them get absolutely slaughtered. I mean, the medieval knights are a pretty fast foot soldier type in this game, so that's definitely good. Oh, look at this. There's a little archer line at the front line here firing out at the red coats, and then the medieval soldiers are coming up over, it's like literally up over the trenches to attack after that. Whoops, didn't mean to take command of you. Sorry, buddy. This is so cool looking. It's like out of World War I, but if World War I took place in the Dark Ages. Either way, 1.8 million medieval knights have now died, and 48,000 redcoats have died. So the redcoats definitely did pick up in terms of losses towards the end of this battle, but it's yet to be seen if they are going to lose. And actually, the square formation has now officially been reached. It is no longer a square. Look at this. And now the medieval knights are coming around the back. Oof. Okay, that is rough. So the redcoats have to hope that their backlines are deep enough to prevent too much flanking of their center. That's crazy. 50,000 redcoats now dead. Almost 1.9 million medieval knights now dead. Wow, look at this. This entire side has been engulfed by medieval knights now. This entire side here. I think the redcoats are going to win. They're only at 52,000 deaths, and the medieval knights really don't have too many soldiers left. But I think that if the medieval knights even had 2.5 million soldiers instead of their 2 million soldiers, I think they might have won this. If they had an extra 500k, I think they'd be able to get the Dubsky here, but instead, I don't think they're going to manage it. I think the Redcoats are going to manage to hold out here, although now the Redcoats are getting swarmed on their other sides. I mean, they've got this side on lock, it seems like right here. They're just dealing with a couple of archers over this way. And then this side's pretty depleted too. It's just this back over here that's a real threat for the Redcoats right now. A real threat. Oh, I don't know. I guess the medieval knights might still be able to win. Oh, look, this entire side is dead for the medieval knights. Even the archers are dead over there. Okay, maybe the redcoats do have this. 1.96 million dead medieval soldiers now. 54,000 dead redcoats. Okay, this side of the battlefield is now basically depleted for the medieval soldiers. I think the redcoats have clutched this up, but I really do love about Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2 is the fact that you really don't always know who's going to win until the very bitter end. The fact that these massive hordes can sometimes pull through even after like a long period of just straight up death is so cool. By the way, 2 million now dead. There is very few medieval soldiers left alive now. And the redcoats are definitely going to win this thing. I mean, they even outnumber the medieval soldiers now, which is crazy. How far these boys have come. How far they've come. But yeah, there's something beautiful about Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2 and how, unlike Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 1, where you kind of knew who was going to win the whole time, this one, the AI is so much smarter and, you know, the tides of battle can turn so much faster that you don't necessarily actually know. And I really do appreciate that about this game. And I think it just makes it the ultimate sequel. You know, I was kind of worried that with Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2, I was going to be like, well, what can you do different, you know? Especially when I started seeing the first videos of it coming out, I was like, well, it's basically just Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 1, but bigger. But I didn't realize how much work they had put into the AI to innovate it and make it so much better. I also didn't realize, you know, how much different these battles would be by making them 10 times as large as Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 1 battles. It's a totally different game, and it is fantastic. Love this game, straight up. Either way, apparently there's still 27 medieval soldiers somewhere. Oh, they're all hiding behind these trenches. They're getting sniped slowly but surely. And there's probably some stuck in other places. I don't quite know where. Maybe behind rocks or something? But either way, suffice it to say, the Redcoats did win this thing. They got 2 million kills, and they lost 56,800 soldiers. Really cool battle. I enjoyed this one a lot. I hope you guys did too. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more in the future. Alright guys, peace! I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.